one lucky BMW CCA member is going home with this, a modified F95 X5M competition by T14 distribution.
Right, in our last episode, we wasted zero time and jumped right into the build, pulled the OEM exhaust off in favor of the Akrapovic titanium slip-on line with carbon fiber tips, paired it with the carbon fiber diffuser.
And the exhaust sounds incredible. But we're not done yet. Next up, engine mods.
My favorite. So we're gonna put some BMC air filters in this thing, help it breathe a little better. We also have CSF high performance charge air cooler set. I can't wait to take this thing apart.
I haven't seen one of these yet for the X5M.
Ooh.
Damn, look at those.
I love when they come with the caps too. It's been quality tested. There's no debris from shipping in them.
Yeah, this looks really, really well made.
Sweet. Oh yeah, that's where the horsepower is. I'm sure they put the biggest core they possibly could to get the most efficiency out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hello, anybody home? Horsepower. Looks like hardware kit, some clamps.
Radiator relocation kit.
Yeah, it looks like we gotta do some modifying. My favorite.
Mikey, have you done one of these before?
Done a couple of them.
That's because you're the master tech here.
That's what they say.
Yes.
So usually I take the wheels off of these cars when I'm doing intensive work underneath the hood. So the car sits a little bit lower on the lift, so you can reach everything pretty easily.
For me, usually, if we're diving in the engine bay, nuts and bolts flying, we're pulling stuff out, coolant, hose clamps. You don't want to damage this beautiful metallic blue velvet paint, so I like to protect it best you can. For people who don't know what a charge cooler or an air cooler is, what is it supposed to actually do for the engine?
I really don't. I'm joking. It pretty much cools the air that's coming in.
This is set up to feed turbo.
Yeah, directly, that's a turbo right there. This connects right to the intake, so right from the intake through the intercooler and right to turbo.
Okay, so what I really want to know is how do you go from something like this into something like this?
A lot of testing, a lot of R&D. Really try to fit the biggest core you can in the envelope provided. Let's just fine tune the fin pitch, the density, the height of the bar and plate design.
This looks considerably bigger than OEM.
Sure, I mean, it's a smooth transition too, so you have to imagine this is airflow coming out and getting into your engine.
Oh, yeah,
Compared to the two, these have a lot of abrupt kind of stops and starts. The CSF has the core all the way to the maximum spot, whereas the OEM one, the core starts a lot later. The other thing they did really well is that they're cross-flowing the coolant that goes through to cool the air charge, and they have them separated as far as possible, which is always the best bet in trying to flow your cooling system circuit through this core, and then as your air's coming this way. OEM coolant passage, and this looks like a tube and fin design. You can see the density of the fins, how loose they are. Coolant passage through the intercooler where the air comes in.
All you talk about normally on the internet is the number of cores.
Right.
But there's way more science that goes into making sure that the charge cooler is well engineered for a given platform.
There's no guessing. You have to do the work.
Yeah.
And they have.
Okay, seeing these side by side now that they're out of the car,
Big difference.
They both bolt in the same locations, reuse the same couplings, the same sensor bosses are in here, so it basically is plug and play. But within that envelope that you had to work with the factory unit, you have this 100% larger volume core from CSF. They have an O-ring in here and they're crimped from the factory. It's a failure point over time. This isn't going to go anywhere, and it's going to really make more horsepower for longer periods of time. They don't get heat soaked. So this is exciting for me to take something out that looks like this and replace it with something that looks like this. So I want to get them in the car.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we just finished up installing our CSF high performance charge air cooler set. Now we're gonna work on the rad location kit, which just pulls the rad just a little bit forward, just so we make sure we have enough clearance while the engine moves and nothing's gonna be rubbing, because these things are so much bigger than stock that we need to move this just a tad forward.
Just in the parts room, look what came in. Our BMC filters. So let's get these unboxed before we put them in the car. The BMC one will drop in to the stock filter housing without any issues, and you can just install it right back into the car. Instant performance. And one of the biggest benefits of the BMC one is that it's pre-oiled, so it'll help catch a lot of the air impurities that pass through the filter, so it doesn't get into your engine. Let's get these over to Mikey and Eric and get them in the car. What's up, guys? Look what showed up.
Perfect timing.
Damn, you guys are already done. That's crazy. You guys already got the radiator relocation kit in?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
So, I'm curious, how much space did you end up gaining?
Well, judging from the factory one, probably about a ½ inch. CSF Charge Air Coolers are so big that we needed all the room we can get.
And they look great. I mean, you were able to use all the OEM hardware as advertised.
It looks like it really belongs in here. All right, we are all wrapped up here under the hood. We got our BMC air filters in, easy drop-in replacement, and our robust CSF high performance charge air cooler set. So I'm excited. I'm like ready to fire this thing up. Are we?
Well, we've got a few more bits to install from BMW and Performance, so make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon, and follow along with our build.
Yeah.
But first,
If you are a BMW CCA member or want to become one, click the link below, enter your name, because you don't want to miss the chance to win this amazing beast.